Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Host Eddie Frederick.
So glad you can join us. Trinidad and Tobago's opposition leader under fire for comment that is objected to as racist. This story takes the lead in today's edition of Caribbean Perspective for Tuesday, 7th June 2022. Details when we return.
Hubbard's Multi-Department Mount Gay and Hubbard's Tire Bay, located at the Building Supplies Compound in Grand Anse, are reminding the motoring public that another round for licensing and inspection has begun. Just arrived on new shipments of quality furrowed and torque tires to fit all makes and models of vehicles at competitive pricing. Shop early to avoid the hassle of long lines. WhatsApp them on 473-405-5482. Hubbard's, quality service, affordable prices.
Welcome back. Trinidad and Tobago's opposition leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar has come under heavy criticism for declaring Housing Minister Camille Robinson-Regis' name as having its origin from the slave master. Details in this TTT News item.
Both the Women's League of the People's National Movement as well as the Emancipation Support Committee have condemned the statement. More in this report from Crystal Wilson.
We are all Trinbagonians and our surnames reflect our unique history as a Caribbean people. This from the Women's League of the People's National Movement in response to utterances made this week by the leader of the opposition, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, who referred to the name of Housing Minister Camille Robinson-Regis as that of slave master's origin. Since then, the PNM Women's League has condemned Mrs. Persad-Bissessar's statement, saying only the opposition leader would seek to reduce the complex African history to platform fodder. The statement added that Persad-Bissessar's comment was racial baiting and xenophobic since it mocked the survival of African ancestors of the brutality of chattel slavery. The opposition leader made the statement on Thursday at the United National Congress TNT Speaks Cottage meeting. Her comments were in response to Housing Minister Camille Robinson-Regis calling out the opposition leader for failing to act as a cabinet member on the 1997 Robert Sabga report, which detailed allegations of sexual abuse and crimes at children's homes in Trinidad and Tobago. Mrs. Robinson-Regis also challenged the opposition leader to take her accusations of an alleged pedophile ring in the PNM to the police, saying that Persad-Bissessar will do anything unholy for political power. Also condemning Mrs. Persad-Bissessar's comment was the Emancipation Support Committee of Trinidad and Tobago. The social media post said, in an environment of racial division and sensitivities forged in the cauldron of colonial divide and rule, it is advisable that highly sensitive and cultural issues not be reduced to political jabs by persons who are seen as leaders, and more so when they are seen as leaders of ethnic groups. The ESCTT said all leaders who are supposed to represent the whole society must take due care and responsibility in their utterances. An online petition calling for Mrs. Persad-Bissessar to step down as political leader of the United National Congress also made its way around social media on Saturday. Crystal Wilson, TTT News.
Bahamian Prime Minister Philip Davis defends his decision to engage in international travel. More in this ZNS News item.
Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis dedicating a portion of his budget contribution in the House of Assembly on Wednesday to defend his decision to ditch what he calls his predecessor's Home Alone policy of failing to show up in the international arena in a meaningful way. In contrast, since assuming office, the Prime Minister has made a series of trips abroad, beginning with his late 2021 trip to Glasgow, Scotland, for the United Nations Conference on Climate Change. In January, he headed to the United Arab Emirates to attend Expo 2020, and fast forward to just last month, and he traveled to Tennessee for a commencement exercise and London, England for meetings.
When we participate, when we engage, when we build relationships, we have the ability to have an impact on policies which affect Bahamians in fundamental ways. Sometimes we need to travel to engage, and sometimes the world comes to us. Engaging internationally isn't just about tackling shared problems and challenges together. It's also about building the kind of bridges that result in mutually beneficial new opportunities and joint action, from commerce to scholarships and to the sharing of expertise.
US $1 billion estimated from lottery scamming in Jamaica, according to the Minister of National Security. Andrea Chisholm of TVJ News reports.
$1 billion and counting. That's the estimated amount of money coming into Jamaica as a result of lottery scamming. Illegal money that can hurt the economy in the long run. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chan gave the update in Parliament today during his contribution to the sectoral debate. Andrea Chisholm reports.
Lottery scamming and its link to violent crimes such as murders has been plaguing Jamaica for years, and now it can be described as a crisis.
It is alleged, Madam Speaker, that some $1 billion is coming to the country through this means. 1 billion and rising. That's a huge amount of money, and it provides a risk to the stability of our state, because it not only buy guns that kill people, undermine and corrupt institutions, and indeed, when it gets well known, it does impact on our economy.
Institutions such as the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency and the Financial Investigative Division have been working to track down the scammers and put them behind bars. In the interim, though, the National Security Minister insists that hardcore policing is needed to deal with hardcore criminals involved in lottery scamming. Social programs, he argues, are not enough.
A man who is scamming $100,000 a month and have guns or hire gunmen beside him traveling. You can't talk about counseling him and giving $5,000 a week. It's absolutely ridiculous. And when necessary, when they're in gangs, we have to get the army to support them. Nothing wrong with that. That's the right thing to do. That's what we have to do. We're not converting the army to police. Army are trained to fight men with guns, and the men who criminals are out there with heavily armed weapons, better armed than the police sometimes.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Sandals Resorts, St. Lucia is undertaking a massive expansion project that will include over 40 new hotel rooms across the Halcyon and Regency resorts. Prime Minister Philip J. Pear has lauded the resort chain's expansion efforts. Jason Darius of the DBS News World reports.
Sandals Executive Chairman Adam Stewart recently revealed that the resort company will be adding 25 new rooms at Sandals Halcyon Beach, comprising 20 beachfront, two-story villa rooms, featuring large balconies and 5 rondoval suites, the signature Sandals category featuring soaring conical ceilings, expansive bathrooms, and private water features. Prime Minister Philip J. Pear has lauded Sandals Resorts for its recent expansion plans for the island, saying that it sends a strong message of confidence to the global market following the recent challenges brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Since COVID, St. Lucia has been experiencing quite an increase in our numbers. And Sandals coming with these new rooms now will help cushion the impact of that expansion. We are hoping to get back to the 2019 numbers shortly, but I'm very happy that at least we can say to the public of the world, because we're actually looking at the global market, that if they want to come to St. Lucia, they can come because there is room to come. There are rooms, and if these high quality rooms of Sandals, I'm sure we'll be able to meet our 2019 level and surpass it in a very short time.
An even more ambitious expansion will be underway at Sandals Regency La Toc, introducing a new Sandals Resort innovation, a village comprised entirely of 20 rondoval suites, with 7 of them offering open-air rooftop decks. Later phases will include additional spa facilities, new suite categories, and a reimagination of the current golf course offerings. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism Dr. Ernest Hilaire said the new designs would enhance the overall quality of accommodation St. Lucia will offer to visitors and help make the island an even more attractive destination for the high-end market.
I think the drawings that we were showing this morning, designs for the upgrade at both Halcyon and La Toc, are tremendous. I mean, it's really exciting to see the freshness that this new product will bring to the offerings from Sandals. And it really shows how Sandals continues to evolve. They continue to raise the bar in terms of the quality of the product that they offer to these kind of solutions. St. Lucia has made its name as a destination that offers a variety of options to the visitor, from the luxury down to the Airbnb. But certainly in the category of the luxury, our customers who come in, our visitors who come in, certainly demand an exquisite experience. And what we've seen this morning really meets that demand for our visitors. It's really exciting to see the openness, to see the meshing of the tropical feel, openness that it offers, the closeness to the sea. One can virtually walk out, certainly in the case of ASEAN, to the beach and to enjoy it. And the use of the greenery and the landscaping is really exciting for us.
Meanwhile, Sandals officials said that the new projects will add over 350 construction and tradesman jobs, and upon completion will create 120 permanent jobs in the illustrious Butler category. Senior Minister and Minister for Infrastructural Development Stephenson King, who is also the Member of Parliament for Castries North, where the expansion work is about to begin, spoke of the importance of the new investment to the economy and in terms of the jobs it will provide.
I believe for the industry it is good. In terms of moving forward, it is very significant that at this time, in the aftermath of COVID, with the burning desire of travelers to travel and St. Lucians to socialize, that this development is taking place at this time. And so giving hope and promise to both travelers and St. Lucians themselves, particularly when the actual construction starts and the potential employment who will not just get a job, but also be exposed to new concepts of construction and designing. I think it is a tremendous contribution to the economy. It's certainly a ray of hope, and I look forward to it. I'm proud to be the parliamentary representative for this area and to be the host of Sandals in the constituency, and I look forward to a great product, a great addition to our tourism product.
Sandals officials revealed that the construction of the expansion would be completed by December of 2023. For the DBS News World, I am Jason Darius.
Hubbard's Motor Department Mount Gay and Hubbard's Tire Bay, located at the Building Supplies Compound in Grand Anse, are reminding the motoring public that another round for licensing and inspection has begun. Just arrived on new shipments of quality furrowed and torque tires to fit all makes and models of vehicles at competitive pricing. Shop early to avoid the hassle of long lines. WhatsApp them on 473-405-5482. Hubbard's, quality service, affordable prices.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please continue to log on to CaribbeanPerspective.com for more daily news and more.